Hey, how'd my father die?
49 times we fought that beast, your old man and me. Had a chicken head with duck feet, with a woman's face too.
Oh, that's rad.
It was waiting in the bushes for us. Then it ripped off your dad's face. He was screaming something awful. In fact, there was this huge mess and I had to change the floors.
The floors?
You see his blood, it drained into the boards and I had to change them. But we all got a chicken, duck, woman thing waiting for us. Every day I worry all day about what's waiting in the bushes of love. 'Cause something's waiting in the bushes for us. Something's waiting in the bushes of love. Yeah, every day I worry all day about what's waiting in the bushes of love. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Something's waiting in the bushes of love.
Yo, never knew my dad, he didn't care about me. Dead horizon is all my macro binoculars see. Moisture farming all my life and not a drop spilled. My aunt and uncle double sons and sipping blue milk. My aunt and uncle double sons, I'm sick of blue milk.
But then a desert hobo came and told me we all got a chicken, duck, woman thing waiting for us. Every day I worry all day about what's waiting in the bushes of love. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Yeah, something's waiting in the bushes of love. Yeah, every day I worry all day about what's waiting in the bushes of love. Something's waiting in the bushes for us. Something's waiting in the bushes of love. Hold me when I open like a flower. Hold me right. Yeah, I ain't had to bake for a girl in a...
I am telling you, it is the definition between an entrepreneur and an employee. The employee goes to the cliff, looks over the cliff, says, is there a balloon down there? Will I be safe? What happens if it hurts? What if I land on my neck? The entrepreneur, they said, we need to jump off the cliff, backs up 10 feet to get a fucking run.
This town needs an enema.
Fuck.
Who are you? Where's Commissioner Green? Come on, you guys think beat me. You stupid! Wait, you don't really think you believe it. Things change.
You got me? Who's got you?
Everything changed. And anyone who tells you different is just lying.
You know who this is? This is Mark motherfucking Sylvester.
Yeah, there we are. Oh shit, that was up. You muted. That was a whole big
that was the
clusterfuck of a beginning there.
Wow. At least we're consistent.
Yeah.
Major luck.
Yeah, nobody saw that teasing.
You didn't see anything.
Jeez, good lord. Well, guys, we have a shorter show tonight because we all have Bancroft on. We know that he's streaming at 9 o'clock, so we're going to get him in earlier than we usually do our other guests, so we can maximize the time that we have with him. But before we do, I just want to say, hail to the chat. We got Hail the Lord in the house. Hail, brother.
Hail, brother.
You were first. What is a Bancroft? And that is what the very first time I ever heard that. I didn't even know what they were talking about. But now we know for the most part. I think. Do we?
Spread that rumor.
Let's spread it. We got Rick Saylor, member of the chat in the house. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being
Hell,
here.
brother.
We got Darko D13. What is love, baby? Don't hurt me.
No more.
Don't hurt me.
No more.
No more. I like it. Mark's in the house as well. He's the king of Australia.
What's up, Mark?
Let's spread that rumor. I
Yeah.
can spread that rumor. Let's do that. Jaro.
Morning.
Good to see you. Yeah, and good morning to all our Australian friends. We appreciate you all being here with us. We got Duck Bacon. It says, hail Joe, hail Sean, hail Kayla, hail the chat. Well, Kayla will be here on Tuesdays. I'm sure she's watching somewhere. We got Micah in the house as well.
Chris Claremont.
Question of the ages. What is a Bancroft? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We got the Don in the house. Hail,
What's
brother.
up, Don?
6 minutes early, and I'm still not first. Well, that's a rarity, honestly, for us.
Yeah.
So next week, you'll probably be first. We got Snake Dog in the house. Hail, brother. Good to see you.
So,
Shane from Desolate Soul Studios. Go check them out. Awesome show over there. Tarks9, member of the channel. He also has a channel membership, a member for 10 months. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. It says, hail, Joe, Sean, and Kayla, and the chat.
Hail.
What's up? We got Badass Turner in the house. Hail, bros.
What's up? Hail.
RJ as well. Good to see you. Apex Comics. Jeremy of Feist and Iron.
Hail, brother.
Good to see you.
Hail happy 420.
Oh, yeah, that is. They have a stream later, don't they?
Yes.
We'll see. All right, guys, we got 27 new people in here. We love every one of you. Please hit the like, subscribe, bell for notifications, and let's get into this. It's Thursday night. I'm feeling good. Welcome to
Art and Stuff. Over 23 and a half years in the business on a technicality. Might be a dysfunctional, but we functional. Editor extraordinaire. The Hispanic God on paper. Creator type 1. The only one, except no duplicates. Jersey's finest, Sean Aaron, with me as always, my brother and I. Talk to him, Joe.
very talented, very sexy, very distinguished, always narcissistic, but never vain. Staunch defender Rob Liefeld and Gina Carano, and a lover of all things 90s, Joseph Michael Sonntag, or Joe M Sonntag, if you prefer, as the Pope likes to call me, JMS. Welcome to the show, and as always, what a fucking awesome show it is that we have for you tonight, because we have this man who just, by the way, just crushed over 10K on his YouTube subscribers. Amazing. Mr. Michael Bancroft, welcome to the show, brother. Good to see you.
Smooth intro, fellas.
You like that?
You know,
It started off rocky. You rallied, and you got, you stayed calm under pressure, and you got through. Well
That's
done.
the key.
I appreciate it.
Professionalism. Get back on the horse right after you fall off, right at the get-go.
That's the American spirit right there.
There you go. Get rolling.
it happened with Christopher Reeves. Why? No, it didn't.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, I gotta listen to that.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. Well, the big news, man, and you crushing 10K. That's incredible, because I believe.
How did that happen?
I was just going to say, I feel like not too long ago you were at 6, and now boom, you just smashed.
Before that, I was at 4.
Yeah, it's insane. Like you've grown the channel very well. Your shorts are awesome. I try to watch them every time they get put up. Make sure you hit those likes on those shorts, guys, and comment if you can. It helps the algorithm.
Comments are king. Comments are the thing. I always try and reply to as many comments as I can when they put the shorts up, because that's what really makes them more likely they'll get onto the feed. That's where the feed is the gold rush. I've been saying this for months now, and I didn't come up with this. I didn't invent this. Someone told me. Someone came to me and said, I like your channel. I like what you do. Just letting you know, shorts. And I was like, okay, all right. And 4 months later, here we are.
Cheers to them.
I've been trying to get into doing them a little bit more myself. I just have to get opinions. A lot of times I'm like, well, there's a lot of stuff I shouldn't say, so I don't say. Hail, Past Master Dan. Good to see you.
Hail, brother.
Also, Jeremy Burt's jumped in there as well. Good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. But I do like and enjoy doing the shorts. Most of the stuff I put up has been a little bit more, I guess, controversial subject matter. So I get a lot of people that don't like me that are.
Because it goes out into that's what they're so. That's what's so good about them. YouTube
and I'm like, great.
Actually lobs you outside of your bubble into the wild world, and the demographic of shorts watchers is very skewed, very young. So it's mostly under 35s. Whereas when we stream, it's mostly 40 and over. So it's a very different crowd. Yeah, you're gonna get some heat, but just laugh at it. It's fine. I have a policy just to respond to people who are being genuine and not snarky, and otherwise you're just wasting your time.
I like to have fun with people, you know, like I've said before, like I like to troll the trolls. It's just, if I have time, I'll do it, but it's just fun. Like I like doing the shorts. I don't mind, you know.
I like that. I like that as well, until some of them started going properly viral. Normally when you say viral, like viral for me, but some of them have gone properly viral. I think the biggest one is at a 1.5 million or something.
Yeah.
So there's way too many comments to even.
Oh, I bet. Was that the one of the Mario ones, or was that one of the?
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one where I said, and I didn't say it. This actually happened. People on Twitter were complaining that Chris Pratt is an Italian.
Oh,
there were articles written about this, and I read the tweets. It happened, and then on top of that, John Leguizamo.
I saw that.
There isn't an Italian or a Latino or a POC, which I hate those words.
Right.
Not Latino, but POC.
Let's clarify.
Latino. I don't like Latinx. Anyway, and you know he complained about that, and that's actually part of the secret sauce of getting these things to go viral. Is you get a whole lot of people and they're saying no one complained about that; they were complaining about this, and it's like,
right. No, that's impressive, man. It's really cool to see just how you've been able to take advantage of the new tools that they put up. And this is a great question, because I was going to ask this too, but Micro said how the new viewers from the shorts translated into the views from the channels. Like, how did you see that as something that brought new viewers or new subs to your channel, and the growth that you've had over the last, I don't know, like 6 months? It's been crazy.
Well, I started in February, so or maybe late January, something like that. The videos weren't working for me. They were too much effort, and for too much effort for what I was getting back. You know, some of them I'd get 5,000, which is nice.
Right.
Most of them I get a couple of hundred, which is for the amount of time and effort I was putting into it. And those videos were just going out to my existing subscriber base.
Gotcha.
Obviously, you need to feed your existing audience, but to me, that's what the streams are for. The streams is where I hang out with my guys and gals, my mad lads and mad whams and bogans. Yeah, so I mean, the views on these shorts is insane. Technically I get more views than massive YouTubers because they're not doing shorts.
Right.
Shorts views versus video views, it's not 1 for 1. I'm getting this month I've gotten 4 million views on the channel.
Wow.
So but it doesn't quite equate. Now, I think it is very different. When you says the channel, it like live streams versus shorts.
Yeah.
It is a very different animal. But I have just noticed sort of more people hanging around. I don't know how, it's so hard to quantify, but there's new faces in the chat. And yesterday was the lowest stream turnout that I'd had in a month, because I was streaming right up against Rini, up against Shane, and a couple of others, and there was still 60 to 70 people on YouTube and 20 or so on Rumble.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, those numbers are, to me, they're still great. Like, for being low numbers, like that's still when you're going up against
I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, like that's sick.
I think before I started doing this, it would be 40, and then I didn't even have the Rumble. So, yeah, I look, it's growing. It's going to grow slowly. I mean, I've always said the whole point of my channel is to promote myself and others.
Right.
That's the whole point of it. That's why I do it. I have a pretty clear mandate on that. We're going to be doing that later after this show, actually. So yeah, to me, I just figure, look, get the channel as big as. But look at what Ethan did. Ethan spent 2 years doing Star Wars videos and Brie Larson videos and everything to build up. He got millions and millions of views, built up over 100,000 subs, and now he gets, over 1,000 people hanging out for his live streams.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's
Right.
what, I think if you're trying to do this sort of promotion game, which we are,
Right.
that's what we all need to sort of be doing. So, but this is just very early days. Like I said, late January. What's that? 3 months?
Yeah. It's like, I didn't realize.
And you
I
get
thought
more
it was
time
longer
to
than
yourself.
shit.
'Cause I assume putting in the longer videos takes more time.
Oh,
or
man.
is it?
It's look, the shorts do take time.
Mhm.
There's certain quirks to making shorts. They do take time.
Right.
But I've made it a habit. I said, like, this is worth it. It's worth doing. So I'll take an hour a day to make a short. But I script it, I read it, I edit it together. So I need to sort of fiddle things around sometimes to make a thumbnail work, because you don't get to pick thumbnails. But
Yeah.
the difference
Oh,
is
yeah.
with the videos. If it's a 10-minute video, even if it's a 10-minute or an 8-minute video, that's a long time to be talking, and you're trying to do it ad lib, you're trying to do it, off the cuff or whatever. You're trying to hit all these points at the same. It's a lot of mental energy. It's a lot of stress, and then at the end of it, sometimes a couple hundred people watch, and you're like, was that really worth it?
Yeah.
So, the whole point of the videos is to grow the channel. So, I mean, pound for pound, shorts is not even, it's like manga versus American comics of the moment. It's not even in the same. I mean, they sit next to each other on the shelf, but the sales, it's just not even the same thing.
But people are going to compare them just if it's a high number. But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But you stop.
No, it's a very different. And I didn't mean to do this. I didn't plan on it, but I noticed that not many other people are doing what I do in shorts, which is essentially doing what Clownfish TV does, or Yellow Flash.
I've actually noticed that,
or Midnight's Edge, just shrinking those 10-minute videos or those 8-minute videos down into 40 seconds and putting that up instead. There's not many others out there doing that, and I don't know. I seem to be, because I was like, I'm one of the first to do that. They seem to be really hitting the mark. So
yeah, I've noticed.
I don't know how I lucked into that.
Well, like I said, like I pay attention to all your shorts, and I like them because you present them well. It's very good points, And I gotta say, the one advantage that you have over us Americans is the accent. Damn it! Like when I read it, and I don't know
The
you,
accent
and I
is
listen
real.
to it.
Yeah,
I listen to it. I'm just like, this dude is smart. He knows what he's talking about because the accent comes through.
It sounds
And
like
I'm
this
just
guy knows what he's talking about.
I'm like, it's brilliant.
No, that's real.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's the lucky thing. That's if you're a girl on the internet, you're gonna have people watch you more initially, and so I guess I have that benefit of having the accent on the internet. I don't have the nice rack, but I've got the.
I still got time.
You figured out.
It's coming. I'm trying to avoid it.
Micro asked, I just wondered, since your channel is very comic centric, but your shorts are popular culture focused, if people were coming for one thing or leaving for the other. Okay, I got what you're saying. So
no, that's a real thing. So I talked about this just the other day with Hyper Wizard. I don't think there are enough people currently interested in just comic books to grow a channel to the size that I want, that I think I need to be able to promote comics. I know that sort of sounds a bit it's counterproductive.
I understand,
but
exactly what you're saying.
I think sort of Perch is sort of the max that you can get. I mean, he is almost exclusively comics focused.
True.
And this is without being a name. I'm sure if Todd McFarlane came on to YouTube and was like, I'm gonna do a daily show, it would be massive. But I mean, for us non-famous people, I think it's about that, which is amazing. He's got 20 odd something thousand things. Like your boy Zach did it back in the day.
Right.
But there was a whole lot of other stuff going on at the time. I mean, he was the right guy at the right place, the right time with the right message. And that's why he has 100,000 subs. But he still gets great views, but I think a lot of them, a lot of people who were listening to him have stopped because they're sort of moved on. So I think that like, and I didn't invent this. I'm just seeing what other people are doing. I think what Flash is doing, what Clownfish are doing, Midnight's Edge, Friday Night Tights, all those guys, geeks and gamers surrounding in that zone have got the right idea. Razor Fist have got the right idea, and that's build the stage, create the spotlight, make it as big and bright as you possibly can, and from there you can then present what you're doing. Because if you come at them first with what you're doing, no one's gonna. We know that people don't care. Right. I mean, these guys in the chat care. Of course, we care.
Yeah.
We love this stuff, but we, a couple of hundred people. That's that joke. It's that meme. # same 100. I mean, I don't want the same 100 to go on indefinitely. I would love it to be the same 10,000. Imagine that. Look what Ripper did. So, and I always do try and focus everything that I'm doing in these videos to have it coming at from a sort of culture war kind of lens.
Yeah.
Because I think Ripper had it right when he inspired people to support him by saying, hey, we know there's something wrong out there. We can see it. Let's build an alternative. So I think, even though I think that's just the sort of, that worked so well for him. So, why not try and build the same thing?
No, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I've been trying to figure out ways to build the channel as well, trying to utilize the shorts, get into that, because you're right. And I've heard you say it before, and I completely agree that, the comics is a niche thing that we do, especially like with this channel over here, where it's been very comics central, and I've noticed that the growth is steady but slow, which is fine. That's what a channel is. But I do notice that, some other channels are growing bigger. I'm trying to pay attention. What are they doing? What are they doing that's successful? Because I want to grow the channel as big as we can, because it's about promoting other people, yourself, your projects, So it always makes me happy when I see guys like you and Jeremy who have had these tremendous growths over the last little bit, just figuring it out and getting, big numbers and constantly headed up, It's stuff that is inspiring. Hail, Jason.
You are that good, Jason. I've got to get Jason on. Actually, we keep missing each other. It sounds all very altruistic of me and everything, but I mean, I also have a very selfish reason to want to do this. I mean, I don't think it's selfish in a bad way. Like, I want to build this thing so that it's actually something that can help me work on my own book.
Right.
If I've built the channel already, I've been no bones about this. I'm making more than enough money through the ads, super chats, and memberships to be able to pay Rod Looper to, work on a book for me. I would love to just continue growing that. Imagine you get to the point where it can actually fund your comic creation lifestyle. I work a day job. So, there's 8 hours of the day. I don't get to do, what I want to do, which is work on my comic and sell my comic and stuff. So wouldn't it be amazing to be able to have YouTube pay for that so that, I could do that?
100%.
I mean, it's win-win across the board. So
absolutely. I mean, it's definitely put the hard work in, and you can definitely create something that you might be able to do collectively for a living, which would be awesome. So I really enjoy seeing the rise of my friends, people I consider my friends, and seeing you guys' channels do so well. We got Sheldon Martin in the house, member of the channel. Hail, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Also, I saw Neff jump in as well. Pedro's been here for a while. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys. We have on Michael Bancroft that needs no introduction. I mean, he really doesn't. We all know who this man is. We all know and love this man. But if you haven't yet, please hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you can.
You ever thought about making shirts that just say "I'm Bancroft, bitch"?
Catch up one of these shows.
It's more of a camel thing.
Well,
yeah.
I say you do it.
Quite there yet. I think I'm quite there yet. Maybe we're at 100,000. So I'll make that shirt.
So you mentioned it earlier. You've been one of the people that I've been paying attention to that have made not a move to Rumble, but started a Rumble and have got a following over there and doing what is it? Try your multicast streams. Is that what it's called? Where you're streaming on simulcast. Thank you. Where you're streaming on Rumble at the same time. I actually jumped into the Rumble chat, I think last night's show, just because I was like, you know what? I've never actually been over there and been in one of your shows over there. So I was like, I'm gonna jump in and give you a view over there and do some comments and stuff.
Yeah, it's getting better.
What is it about? Maybe you can answer this question better, because I know Rumble is an alternative to YouTube. I know a lot of people, it's getting steam right now, like Crowder's over there. I watch Crowder a lot over there. And what is the benefits of Rumble? Would it be something that's a good idea for all of us that have kind of channels to try to get over there and get something going on Rumble?
First of all, Rob says my following on Rumble is a stretch, like saying follow. Rob, just wait until I have more Rumble followers than your YouTube subs. All right.
Oh, damn. Burn. Rob.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, we are not, we are not well liked in San Francisco's Silicon Valley. The things we say, the things we talk about, every 2 months, every 3 months, you hear of another YouTuber or another Twitter account or another Patreon that has just been nixed. For what? Who knows? Sometimes most of the time you don't, though. Most of the time it's just, whatever it is.
Because they don't give reasons. So, they just, but
and that happens all the time. And everyone gets a bit spooked. And each time it happens, it's, another sort of time. We're all self-censoring now. I know I am on YouTube. There's all sorts of things that I otherwise would say on YouTube. Right. I'll say to your face freely and openly and proudly. But I don't say it on YouTube just because there's certain words that can trigger the friggin' community strikes and everything like that. It's crazy.
You don't want to risk your channel, all the hard work.
Exactly.
You're doing,
I didn't build this thing up. And again, it's their house, their rules, whatever. I don't agree with it, but I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yep.
So rather than, oh no, my YouTube channel got struck. I can't do what I need to do anymore. I guess I'll start a Rumble.
Right.
I thought, all right, well, why don't I start the Rumble now and try and build it up and grow it here? And I saw Nick Ricada's going great on it. A whole bunch of people are going really well on it. They actually get more live views on their Rumbles than they do on YouTube. So it's got most of the functionality, not all of it, but it's getting there. Every week or so, it seems to be something new that gets added to it. And yeah, man, this thing is going really well considering it, because this is a new site. Obviously, the competition it's not even a millionth, maybe even a 10 millionth of what you get on YouTube. So if you scroll down a little bit there, that what went wrong in the comic book industry stream, that's got 441 views.
I was going to say,
I don't know how long people are actually watching that, but I've got 500 subs on that channel. Imagine if my streams were getting 9,000 views. If it was that in relation to your sub count.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty.
A lot of the views over here has been pretty good for just starting up, having 502 subs here. I mean, I feel like you've grown this pretty quickly since you kind of advertising that you were over here. I feel like it hasn't been that long. Some good
I started doing the whole you sync up your YouTube, but I stopped that because I think these sites prefer you to be uploading directly to their site rather than just replicating YouTube stuff. And then on top of that, if a stream goes up, if I stream, do the simulcast, and then I'm synced, it'll go up twice, so I don't need that. But I don't put any of the shorts or anything on Rumble. It's just streams.
Okay.
I don't even know if they care about shorts. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I should start uploading the shorts as well.
I've got
Rumble and see if that does anything.
I've got a couple videos up here. Like, we're trying to do the same thing now that I've seen some of you guys do it. And I was like, all right, we should jump in on this. So I've got a channel started, and I've got like a couple videos up, but I think I don't have any subs yet. So if you guys are on Rumble, look up Joe Sonntag or Joe M Sonntag and catch that over here, because I would love to jump into what everyone's doing over here on Rumble and get Ott and stuff and Akba and all the stuff we do over there as well, just in case, just in case. You never know. And why not?
This kind of also goes into the little bit of the topic of like going to Kickstarter or going to another form of crowdfunding source. It's
what a
like,
segue. Look at that.
Well, it's not my first time. I don't like to brag.
Professional.
But it's like we got to get into the Walmarts, hypothetically, or the Targets.
Yeah.
It's we can't sell ourselves short. We got to sell our
No,
product.
I've been of that mindset. I've been of that mindset from day one. I am not anti-mainstream. Mainstream means popular. I'm anti what certain people are doing in the mainstream.
Sure.
But I want us to be mainstream, not like, oh no, I'm independent. I'm not that punk rock.
Yeah. I take showers.
Would love to grow my book, or other people help other people grow their whatever they're doing, up to the point where they're a household name. I would love that. That would be a massive win for me. So I completely agree. Go big, shoot for the stars, and part of that is getting outside of the bubbles that social media and ourselves, it's a joint project. Social media corrals us, and then we also like to corral with people that share our similar values and appreciations and all that sort of stuff. So we have to make actual efforts every day to step outside and go and find others because my experience is every time I can do that in a sort of viable way, I find people out there who see what I'm doing and say, oh, this is cool. I didn't know this was happening. The Diaz brothers went to a con the other day. They sold tons of books. Because people just they're like, oh, this is so cool. I haven't seen this before. Yeah, because they went outside their bubble. Sure. I went into a stream the other day, hanging in the chat, and just somehow it was actually Drunk 3PO. He said, oh, Bancroft's got a book. Someone in the chat was like, oh, what's your book? And I made a sale right there because he'd never seen me before.
Sure.
Right.
And I think it's the same kind of thing, that there is a number, I don't know what size it is, but there's a number of people who are just sort of browsing Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? I've never seen this before, because they're not hanging out on my streams. They're not subscribed to my channel. They're not following me on Twitter. How else would they have seen it?
One thing I've noticed, and granted, like the whole thing, even like a year and a half ago, was the boycott kind of Kickstarter because of the way that it treated CGers in the past and just the kind of political leanings and stuff. And then when all this stuff happened with the shadow banning with Indiegogo, it kind of opened up like that platform. Like, well, everybody's going to do it to us, and might as well just go where you can go. And to a point where it's like, being a creator, I guess the idea would be get your product in front of as many people that can see it as possible. Like you would be shortchanging yourself if you weren't trying to utilize every single avenue to get your book out there, to get whatever out there. As a businessman, I guess you could say, because that's the point. Like you want to tell this story, whatever story people might be doing. You with the Lucent, you want to tell this story going forward. You want to continue. You want more people to see it. You're like, why create something if you're just going to try to hold it back for like a select few?
I think what was going on there. Oh, sorry, Sean.
No, I was just saying it's like the Girl Scouts method. Like they go door to door to sell you their cookies. To everybody's fucking door, like yearly. You want to buy this box of cookies? We just have to find our neighbors and other neighborhoods to go to, just to.
So I think what was going on there is, if you go all the way back to 2017, 2018, I think there was a concerted, relentless, genuine attack that had real power and authority behind it, in institutional power, from big comic book companies, definitely from comic book websites, conventions, everything, to quell this thing that was happening on the internet, which eventually became Comicsgate. So I think there was sort of a shield wall that went up, and it was like, if you want to survive, come into the shield wall and let's hold here.
Gotcha.
And Indiegogo was the company that sort of allowed that to happen. So there was a lot of loyalty. There was a lot of sort of like camaraderie, and I think it was appropriate at the time. I think what's happened since is, we kind of succeeded for so long, and refused to bend to their will, and refused to let their smears and attacks have any kind of effect on us.
Right.
That they realized, oh, the more we attack, the more money they make. So they stopped attacking for the most part. So now to the point where the only people who are out there attacking Comicsgate specifically are nobody's on Twitter, just like tiny little accounts trying to build up clout, with 10 followers or something. So I think, now, yes, we had that shield wall, and we built this sort of like home base, and that home base is the fan base out there, is the backers out there that, we've sort of, the network. I don't know exactly what to describe it, but I think I always kind of like to think of Comicsgate as a place, and that's where all these people are hanging out, they're interested in making books and stuff. So, all right, that's there, and it's secure, it's working. It's time to expand and head out and go out there, and that isn't a sort of invasion sort of mentality. It's just let's get out there. Let's grow this thing, because anyone who knows anything about business, or especially online movements or whatever, if you're not growing, you're dying. So and I think that's for everyone, because people don't just hang around with what you're doing decade after decade. You constantly need to be bringing in new people, and then some of those old people will come back like, I remember this, that sort of stuff. So I think now definitely the mentality has to be, it's not should be, could be, has to be, that we get out there and get our comics, get our books in front of as many eyes as possible. Kickstarter's part of that. Mainstream bookstores are part of that. Conventions are part of that. Getting onto other big YouTube channels and all that sort of stuff. It's all part of it. We have to. We have to. Otherwise, it will just shrink and shrink and shrink and become irrelevant. And it would be such a monumental waste of everything that everyone's fought for over the last 5 years to sort of let this thing just wither on the vine and and go away.
Darko D13 says Bancroft remembers his colonizing roots. I got you on that.
Was I the colonizer or the colonizer? I don't know. I could have been a convict in the past.
What's up, Rick?
We got a member of the channel, Rick Saylor, the man, the myth, the legend. Hail, brother. Good to see you. Talking about Kickstarter specifically, like, it's a different animal over there. And it's cool because I believe that Kickstarter, the advantage that Kickstarter has over Indiegogo when it comes to potential backers, is that you have a mentality over there where people actually go to Kickstarter and they're looking for new projects. I know people do that in Indiegogo as well, but there's more of just like I don't even want to say a lifestyle, but there's more of a want to go to Kickstarter and specifically look. If you're a comics fan and you want new comics, new indie comics, you go to Kickstarter.
I hope so.
I believe that's the case. I'm not going about any data. I'm just people that I've talked to that
I've heard that as well. I've heard it as well, but it's sort of a bit. I'm imagining it's going to be like Webtoon, and that's where I came from. Webtoon's another place we should get out in front of too. I know a lot of people don't like that, and it's weebish, whatever. Millions of people reading Webtoons. So I think Reenie's mentioned she's going to be doing it. I think I'm going to go back there at some point. I got to work out how that's going to exactly work. But anyway, back to Kickstarter. Pedro has it right there. So I'm thinking it's a lot like Webtoons in that certain fans of certain things are going there to find certain stuff.
Right.
So I don't know how my book is going to go on there. I'm not expecting big numbers, but I've been told and I've seen, this stuff is popular. This is popular on Kickstarter. Like, people will grab this kind of stuff. So I don't know. It might work for some, might not work for others, but I think it doesn't hurt to try.
Right.
You're as a creator, it really doesn't cost you anything except a little bit of your time to build a Kickstarter campaign. You're not You don't have to send them any money. You don't have to pay anything up front. I mean, try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't really mean anything other than maybe the scene that's over there isn't really into this kind of book.
Right.
Maybe, the people like that will be on Indiegogo or Fund My Comic or, I don't know, Zoop or something, somewhere else, or your own site.
Well, yeah, the own site thing is also a cool option when you think about it. I know a few people have done that this year. You did your, was it Shopify or was it
Shopify?
It was Shopify. Okay.
Yeah. I always think, Shopify, not Spotify. Shopify.
Yeah. And that went well. I mean, that was something you set up.
That was amazing.
Yeah. You avoided
it
all
went
this
so
stuff
well. That's what I'm going to be doing. That's going to be my primary thing now.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Because I think with Indiegogo, like the success of people's Indiegogos is directly correlated to their, reach, their platform size on YouTube. I think that's like 100% now, because whether you can be found or browse on Indiegogo is kind of becoming irrelevant, because people have just given up, because it only shows 10% of what's actually available on the site, because they've shadow banned so many things. So people don't even really bother with that anymore.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is just like the shadow banning that sucks. I know that Mark Fulton just said he put up, or he just got approved by Kickstarter to put up the Coney Waves campaign. I think he's doing, and that's something that he said it was different about the two platforms is you actually have to submit your project to Kickstarter and they have to approve it with whatever it is.
Yeah, I got mine approved yesterday or the day before.
Awesome.
Which was cool.
Sweet.
I didn't know if it would be.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it would be.
That's
actually, I can send you the link to that.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Where is it? Kickstarter.
Is it up right now?
It's a sign up.
It's a sign up. Right?
Again,
okay.
I'm new to this. I'm figuring all this out as I go. I'll send you in the private chat here.
All right.
I'm trying to get signups. I've got 28 followers. I don't know if this does anything. I know Patrick has 36 or something. I'm trying to beat him.
Let's make it happen.
But again, I'm not even asking, because I've already promoted this book twice now to this crowd, so I'm not even asking this crowd. I'm not expecting them to back it. I will be adding some new stuff in terms of exclusive prints and probably trading cards, bookmarks, that sort of stuff to the campaign. But it's the same book. So, but if you want to follow the campaign, maybe that will help me get up in the. I don't know.
No, I see
whatever helps.
It might. Yeah, it might.
But also, you got a finished product, so it's not on the aspect of like, will it get will it be completed? It's like, oh, proof is independent. I've done it already. Just need some help here and there.
Yeah.
So that's a great aspect of that.
I dropped the link in the chat, guys. So go check that out. Follow, so we can get those numbers up. Rob says they get notified when you launch.
Yeah, I imagine that. But I don't know if they're going to back it. So. Because they've already backed it, most people. I did get some messages saying, "Oh, I missed this," even though it is still available on my website. I think what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to keep it up on my website for $25. So if you want it now, $25. On the campaign, it's $20, because I had it $20 on the other when I was campaigning on my site as well. But you have to wait. So you have to wait until the end of the campaign. So there's the $5 difference. You can get it now for $25, or if you want to wait, $20.
That makes sense. That's good business. Yeah, that's good.
It's so tricky. It's so tricky because I think lowering the prices is like a must, especially as we continue. I mean, obviously, as people get more and more books, having that lower entrance sort of fee is a must. But I don't know. It's all a bit. It gets really murky when you go across different things and you crowdfund things multiple times and everything. So
now, one thing I've heard with the Kickstarter is that it has to be something different, right, than the Indiegogo.
Yeah.
Like there has to be something, at least something new.
I've heard that. I couldn't find that. I went looking for that in their terms of terms of service and everything when I was doing the thing. Couldn't find that anywhere. But I think it's probably just a good thing to do, because otherwise, why would they back it other than just this is the first time they're seeing it? So I will be I'm doing a new cover for this book that's going to be a hardcover edition. I'll probably add that to the campaign as a print or something. Again, like I said, just extras and stuff that you'll only be able to get on this campaign,
Right.
on the Kickstarter. So
make some exclusive stuff.
What's the days for this? Like, is it 60 days like Indiegogo, or is it just?
You can
30?
select whatever you want. I think
Okay.
it's just the same. You can. I don't think you can extend it like on Indiegogo. I think
Okay.
once you set it, it's done. So I'm thinking of just doing a 60-day campaign starting in 1st of May or something like that, and just running it right up to the launch of Paint to Death on my own site. So that's how I'm thinking.
Don said, so if you crowdfund, can you also do a print on demand? That's an I mean, I don't know.
I
I'm sure
don't
you could
get
if you
into
wanted
print
to,
on
but
demand
yeah.
because I think there's issues with that. But I don't see why you couldn't. I don't know. Actually, I don't really get into it because I don't really want to. I don't want to do print on demand.
Right. I got you.
I have issues with it.
Kayla says, I brought Joe's books to one of the shops I work at. There were no books left. That's a whole audience out there you wouldn't even think you appeal to. That's another thing too. Like, I didn't put it in the title or anything, but getting your book eventually into LCSs, I think should be a goal down the line.
Absolutely.
100%.
I mean, to me, this whole process that I'm in, and I'll be in it for years to come because I'm slow. But this whole process, this sort of crowdfunding and the backers, these guys are actually making this thing become a reality. This is the crowdfunding stage, and it's going to take, for me, it's going to take a long time. Others, I know it as well. Others less. But I think eventually what you want to do, the hope is, okay, now that it's crowdfunded, now that it exists, it's created, let's start putting out those cheaper, more affordable versions out to the masses in as many places as possible. Amazon, local comic shops, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, wherever it is. I want to see my book in like cool hardcovers versions made by French publishers in French stores.
Oh, those European books are so fucking awesome, so beautifully done.
Yeah, so but look, the problem with me at the moment with that is this is not a complete story. And I would not put my book into a local comic shop for some random person who has no idea what it's about and who doesn't know where to find me online to ask. To say, oh, well, where's the rest of the story? And I'm like, oh, well, if you wait a couple of years, you might get another. Like, it's like there's a lot of this is the birthing period of all this stuff for me. So
that's what I was thinking too. Like, I'm gonna wait until I get the story arc done, the first Reaper Destroyer story arc, and then try to get it in so that I could get a number of issues out that would be
about. This is the cool thing about it. The numbers we're talking about on the crowdfunds are big enough for us for what we need to do. Especially if you can get up to sort of Rainey numbers or Shane Davis numbers, huge, more than big enough.
Oh yeah.
But if you look at the actual books being sold, they're still in the thousands. They're still, like a couple thousand. We haven't even begun to tap the greater market of potential readers out there. Haven't even
1,000%.
Sure.
So
it's funny. Like,
I'm not concerned about that.
I went to a fan expo earlier this year with Phoenix and Diaz brothers were there as well. We were all hanging out, but it was amazing to me of how many people there didn't know what crowdfunding was, and it wasn't something that was on their mind. You had to kind of tell them. And that's a whole market of people that don't know your book exists because it's only available on a crowdfund. So eventually, you do want to be able to get that out, because I mean, if you're a creator, you're telling a story. You want people to read it. You want as many people to read it and enjoy it. Like, why create something if you're not trying to make it available to the masses as much as possible?
The good thing about the conventions are like the everyday Joes or the looky-loos that aren't really into this world. They're just there for the excitement, and they stumble across your product. Hey, Phil.
Yeah, ask this guy here, Phil. I mean, I don't know what percentage of people who are on Twitter are active on Twitter, at least. It must be under 5%. People don't know all this stuff that's going on. They don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're looking for cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know where to find it. It's really hard out there. It's getting harder and harder.
See,
I do a lot of shorts about that. It's like
yeah.
The mainstream, especially coming out of Hollywood, the major studios. There's just so much garbage. It's really getting hard to find good stuff. On Netflix. I give up on Netflix. I'm like, I just go back and watch Lord of the Rings again.
Right. Yeah. Shit, I was gonna say something. I forgot. But guys, if you haven't yet, go follow whatever you can here on the Kickstarter of the Lucent Waking Dream graphic novel. Let's get those numbers up. See if that helps Bancroft in.
Oh, look at that! I have 32 followers.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to keep showing this on the stream. So I think Patrick. Hang on, let me see if I.
There we go. Boom. 32.
It's Patrick's. It's got to be here somewhere. Johnny Phantasm. 38. All right, so I need 7 more.
Let's get 7 more. Let's do it. I think that's conceivable. I think we can do that. Let's rock and roll. The guys, I dropped the link in the chat. I'll do that again. Do it one more time before we get out of here, because I know Bancroft is going to be streaming here in a little bit. We don't want to keep him too late, so let me pop this off before we do get out of here. I think I've got it all set up, Bancroft, to do the raid. I think I did it correctly. I got everything added. So
you did the you went in to do the live redirect and everything.
Yeah. So let me look at it right now. So it says live redirect. You're in there. So it just automatically should go.
Yeah, if it's going to my to the stream that I've got set up, then yeah, it'll just as soon as you end the stream, it'll send everyone over there.
Wait, I'm having a boomer moment. Do I just hit notify me to launch and like that?
So loud.
Oh, sorry. Exciting. Just hit notify me to launch and that does the number thing?
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm learning this with everyone else, though.
All right, well,
yes, 35.
All right, we're going. We're good. Still loud.
Interesting.
Excellent.
I hope I did this right.
I'm sure it'll be fine. The raids are cool, man. I've been getting into the raids. Phil raids me all the time. This is starting to sound a bit innuendo. Phil raids me all the time. I raid Rini now. I'm raiding those guys. So when my show ends, I'll be raiding their creators block show. So yeah, it's cool. It's working. It's good. This is the thing. Like, we're growing our channels. That's great. But the live streams is a whole different beast, and growing that has so much more to do with networking than just raw numbers. The raw sub numbers will factor into a certain degree, but it's so much more about networking with people, but also with other crowds. Because I found that when it comes to live streams are all about where people are hanging out. So I think I like this whole idea of like, let's, try and bounce these crowds around a little bit from show to show.
We got Camel Moon in the house. Hail. Rick said, look at Joe Big Tech. Took him a year to mod someone. Now look at him rating. Well, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm rating yet. We'll see. We'll see if I've done it right.
I'm sure it's all fine.
I hope so. I'll be embarrassed if I got that wrong. But before we get out of here, guys, Sean he's been teasing this for a while. Sean, take it away.
Yeah, so I got a double page spread colored by Dan Kemp of my upcoming Type 1 book, ready to go. I remember drawing this thing over 3.5 years ago, and just seeing it come to light in color, it's really exciting. And, we're getting there, baby. We're getting there. I can't wait to launch this book finally and get it out to the public.
So here we go. Here's the double page spread for Type 1. Everybody sign up. Hashtag don't forget about Sean. Here we go.
Shirt's coming soon. Yeah.
Ooh.
Drawn by me. Colors by Dan Kemp. That's nobody in particular that's getting whooped in the face.
Just a
yeah, just a dude. Just
looks
a dude.
a bit like me, actually. Darken that hair.
No. well, I gave him Rob's reference, but
there you go.
Yeah. He made him a ginger.
Second.
He made a ginger. But no, look, it's everything I wanted. That 90s extreme, bright, shiny style. And I had to wait a little bit because Dan's so busy with everything else he's working on that, patience pays off, people. Patience pays off. So if you haven't, please sign up for Type 1, launching hopefully sometime in June. Yeah, thanks, brother. That's what I'm going for there. Not trying to reinvent the wheel or write Shakespeare. Trying to throw a brick in your face of action, adventure, and fun.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Phil. Yeah, so we're going to be having more pages coming soon. I would like to have 8 colored pages just to have on the campaign so people can get more of a vibe of what the visual looks like. And then I'll have some more black and whites on in there just to, I don't know. I'm just proud of what I do and everything is going on. So thank you to the chat for helping us out.
Great, Matt. Looks great.
People are digging
Thank
it.
you.
And Rick, he notices that there's no way his forehead is way too small to be Michael. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
that's a great point.
That's a one head. Come on.
Safe.
4 at least. So it definitely isn't me.
Thought I was burning bridges for a moment. Nah.
All right, guys. Like I said, it was a shorter show. We're going to get Bancroft to his channel here. We're going to jump off here and move our way over there. Hopefully the raid works. So don't worry about sticking around, Bancroft. When I hit the end, just go do what you have to do. But it's a pleasure talking to you, man.
Thank you.
Do this more
I
often.
love hanging out
Thank
with you guys. You guys rock. Just everything you're doing is awesome, and
Appreciate
keep
it.
it up. Super, just good vibes all around.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Chat, we love you. Thank you for being here tonight. We will see you on Tuesday for appreciating comic book art at 10. Until then, be good.
And Wednesday with Richard Friend.
Next Wednesday, Richard Friend will be on. That's right. Yeah. So be good to each other. Take care of one another. And as always, picture me naked. Talk to you later. Peace.
See you guys.